Last week, I spoke with the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus, Rob Doors, representing the caucus. It was live on this show in the last few weeks. Local pro-gun control groups have added thousands of supporters. Yet passage of their signature goal, a ban on assault weapons, does not appear to have the votes in the Minnesota Legislature. Although you just heard the House Leader, Zach Stevenson, says he thinks it's got a shot. Earlier this morning, I spoke to the Executive Director of Protect Minnesota. Joining us right now is Maggie Emery. She is the Executive Director of Protect Minnesota, a gun control advocacy group that has been in Minnesota since 1991, obviously with other people in charge, Maggie, but thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me this morning.
You've told me that you've gotten a lot of support. I know Moms Demand Action has gotten a lot of support. What kind of support have you seen this summer since the tragic events that started with the assassination of Melissa Hortman?
We've seen just a groundswell of folks looking to get involved. We've seen hundreds, even thousands of signups for our action alerts and for our newsletter. We've had a ton of people just reaching out over email or calling and saying, hi, I'm a parent, I'm a teacher, I'm an educator, I'm a doctor, I want to get involved in this fight. What can I do to help? So we're really seeing a significant uptick in the number of Minnesotans who are looking to engage with this issue right now.
And you represent 17,000 Minnesotans, so you're a big group anyway. I want to ask you this. I've talked to legislators, and there really does not seem to be the votes there, even on the Democratic side, to pass an assault weapons ban, to pass a ban on high-capacity magazine clips. That I know that's something that you want. Do you think it's important to have a vote anyway, even if there is no chance of it passing?
I do think that it's important to have the vote anyway. We know that, almost 80% of Minnesotans support common sense gun violence prevention legislation. So I do think that legislators should have to come and sit down and take this vote and then go back to their constituents and explain why they voted the way that they did to parents and teachers and doctors and Minnesotans who are terrified to go to work and send their children to school. I think our legislators' role is to let their constituents and voters know where they are in this issue, and I think we should take this vote.
Obviously, everyone's looking for common ground, and one of the things that you have pushed for is an Office of Gun Violence Prevention, which 13 other states have. What would that do, and do you think it could really help?
Yeah, so one thing that we know is that here in Minnesota in 2024, gun deaths were actually up 6% over 2023, while at the same time they decreased 5% around the rest of the country. So we know that Minnesota is an outlier in the increasing number of gun deaths that we're seeing. We need an Office of Gun Violence Prevention at the state level to help coordinate just that, gun violence prevention efforts, someplace where funding for research can come out of, and someplace that ERPA, extremist protection order implementation orders, can flow out of.
That's the red flag law.
Yes, the red flag law. Yeah, thank you. Someplace where all of the state's coordinated efforts to prevent and end gun violence can flow out of, because right now we're seeing that kind of the disparate efforts from groups like mine on the ground and various state agencies, they're not doing enough to prevent gun violence, and the state needs to be doing more.
I do want to ask you about a poll. The last poll we have is from 2022 from MinPost, which showed that 54% of those surveyed support a ban on assault weapons. But then if you divide it out, 69% of urban residents support that ban, but 51% of rural residents oppose that. Do you think those numbers are still true, and why is that so entrenched?
I have not seen survey data since 2022. Yeah, since 2022. So I think that is a little outdated. That doesn't reflect the reality of the kind of summer that we've had here in Minnesota. That doesn't reflect the reality of an assassin walking into lawmakers' homes with an assault-style weapon. It doesn't represent the reality of a person in deep crisis using a weapon of war to shoot 20 people through the windows of a church. I think in 2022, we just weren't living through what we're living through now in Minnesota. And I do believe that support for these bills has increased throughout the state.
All right. And the governor said he will call a special session, which I believe will happen very, very soon. Thank you so much, Maggie Emery, for being with us.
Absolutely. Thank you again for having me this morning.